Okay, hello.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
All right, so you're on simplystyles.com. This is Simply Styles. I'm Styles, Miss Styles. How are you?
Hello, Styles.
What's good? All right, so we're going to jump right into it. So you're the new sensation coming out of Atlanta, correct?
Yeah, I would someone like to think.
Okay.
If they do.
So tell me about your journey throughout the last 12 months.
Man, it's been rough. Like, it's as enjoyable as it is now. Like, it's been a long time coming because getting the hardest part about this industry and making yourself relevant is fighting through all of the days when you traveling and you putting all this work in just to get to the show, and you get on stage and they like, man, who the fuck is this? Right. you got to do that for like a year, for like at least 2 years until you get started to where people will consider you up and coming to where you're just beginning.
Right.
And it's like, you got to just be patient and fight through it. But I'm enjoying it.
That's cool. Okay, so your sound has been compared to those like Outkast. Like, I heard a couple of your songs, and I think you sound like Outkast as well. What do you feel about that? How does that feel for you?
I hear it so much. It's just I kind of expect to hear it, and I just kind of respond to it like it's a comparison, and that's how people define things, because everything is relative. So it has to be in relation to something. Well, like, he sounds like Outkast, or he doesn't sound like this, or he does sound like this. It's just a method for describing something. But at any rate, I definitely feel like I'm unique to myself because everybody is unique, and everything is unique. Everything that is a thing has something unique that makes it itself. I have a quality about me that makes me B.O.B.
Okay. So, I mean, everybody has their own qualities and whatnot, but we also have those who inspire us. Who are some of those people that, has inspired you?
Man, wow. Musically, to narrow it down, and the reason why I say musically is because, you have to be inspired way more than just music to do what you do in this industry. But musically, I've been inspired by artists from the OJs, Tina Turner, to the Beatles, Michael Jackson, James Brown, Raphael Sadiq, Nas Barkley, obviously Outkast, the whole Atlanta rap scene. Just being in Atlanta, you can't help but brush shoulders with these people. And it's just numerous. Bjork, the Icelandic vocalist, Bjork. Man, I could go on for days because I'm just a music.
Okay. So, I mean, you named a lot of great people, like inspirational people. You named James Brown and whatnot. So now we're in an era where we're using auto-tunes. Back in the day, it was soul music. It was real, authentic music. Now, you have people that use the auto-tunes. And I heard you really, you weren't with the auto-tunes. Tell me about that. Why are you against that?
I'm not really against auto-tune. The more I'm in this industry, the more I remove the opposition. Like, there's nobody against me. There's nobody dissing me. There's nothing I'm against or something I'm with. However, I am proactive about my choices and my decisions. But at the same time, I'm not like I don't consider myself some type of activist or anything. But the auto-tune thing was really just funny, and sometimes people take the truth and it offends them. The truth can hurt. Some people can, the people who use auto-tune, obviously I don't have to really say any names, but some people may take offense to it. But I mean, it was funny to me, so I made the video about it. And if someone made a video about me imitating me, I would laugh at it too, because I would find it funny if it's funny. And I guess I'm so selfless that I don't really take the egoic look at things. I don't really look at, let me just walk on eggshells. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to get too out of line. It was just free. But I was walking down my steps, and the melody came to me. But what had me thinking about it was I saw a skit that T-Pain and Ludacris did on on Saturday Night Live, and I was like, it was funny, but I was like, I think I can make one funnier. So I was walking down the steps, and then that auto-tune melody hit me, and I was like, oh man, I gotta do it.
All right, so if you could wrap up your style, you know, everything about you in one word, what would it be?
Transcendental.
Okay. Why transcendental? Why that word?
Because I feel like I'm invoking human evolution through the consciousness that is shared with my listeners in my music.
Nice. All right, so like, I love the video. I love the I'll Be in the Sky video. That video was really hot. I love the concept. What inspired the concept?
You know, I mean, when I made the song, I just recorded the hook, and at the time, I didn't really have any verses, and I had actually left. I had to go out of town, and so, you know, it was just up in the air what the song was going to specifically be about. And when I came back, I was like, you know, I don't want it to be like, you know, your typical, when I die, I don't cry, I'll be in the sky type of song, but I wanted to go deeper with it and just express how, even though, you know, we just have to accept the fact that death is stalking us. You know, it's something we can't. Everybody's gonna die. So, but it's not the end of life. Is what I really want to. Is what I really intend to say with the song.
Okay, so you believe in reincarnation, or what do you mean by that? It's not the end of life.
You know, death is birth. You know, it's just a transformation. You know, whether you want to call it an afterlife or whether you want to call it reincarnation. Or, well, you know, whatever. There are many different religious beliefs behind death, but you know, it's obvious. You know, when you really look at life from a truthful and accepting eye, it's easy to see that death is not the end of your existence. You know, especially if you're religious and you believe in God. You know, it's definitely, or I'll say if you're aware of God. Better yet, because it's beyond belief. You know, it gets to a point in your life where you're so aware, you know that there's more to life than just you. You know, and so it's really, you know, it's really you know, the song is really deeper than it's. I feel like it's obviously deep, but at the same time, it's not all heavy. You know how some songs will make you real sad, but I feel like it's light in spirit. And it's expressing a truth that a lot of people can't accept, but it makes it fun, you know.
Okay. So you're a spiritual brother. I'm not mad at it. That's what's up. So, so your album is scheduled to drop this summer, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I won't say scheduled, but it's prophesized to drop this summer.
Okay. So tell me some of the features that you're gonna have on this album. What can we expect?
You said some of the secrets or people?
Features.
Features. You said features. Okay. The features, I'm gonna have, you know, I don't really have any features yet, honestly.
Okay.
I don't to this day, but I'm working on it. And, you know, I have features that I've recorded with people, but nothing's definite yet what's going to go on the album, so I don't even want to.
Is there any one song that you're like really fighting for, like one in particular that you really want on the album?
You know, I used to be like that, but because it's not just me in this project, I'm just the face of it. So because it's not just me, I just record everything. I won't even put my energy into something unless it's you know, what's something that I can put my heart into. So really, every song that will be on the album, I'll be, you know, equally pleased and satisfied.
Okay. So if I was a airhead and I didn't have any idea who B.O.B was, with record sales being so bleak and iTunes and you have the download era, basically digital era, what's different about your music that would make me want to go out there and buy that album? I haven't heard anything from you yet. What is it about you?
What would definitely make a person go buy my music is because there has never been anything like it. And you know, when you don't hear an artist, you know, it's easy to say, well, you know, of course I've never heard it because I haven't heard him. But you know, it's nothing. The way that I put my music together, I know that it's not ever been done before because of how long